Everyone knows we always start a little memorabilia on this show, don't we? Yes. Well, let's see what we got here. 1996 media guy with Hideo Nomo on the cover, along with, look at that, Eric Karros, who's now on Sportsnet LA, along with Fox. Mike Piazza, his roomie, Raul Mondesi, and Nomo himself. What a great year it was for Dodger baseball, those guys on the team. And there's the media guide from 1996. You don't see those running around every day. All right, let's start it off with a 10-count countdown. Let's do it. Go. No, they're not. No, please. They're not playing today, okay? They're not. It's a day off. The boys need a day off, man. It's been 10 games in a row without a day off. These guys need a day off. Hey, not to say they weren't doing well, but they just needed a day off. It's tough on the road. Hey, I'm Randy, you know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. It's the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. There's a bunch of them right there. Dodgers sit right now at the 12th of May at 27-14. Good for first place, numero uno in the West. 1 game in front of the Padres, 3 games in front of the Giants, and now Arizona's 6 games back. All right. Speaking of Arizona, let's give you the notes on that. First of all, let's just talk about the wins here. I don't want to talk about the 2 losses. We split with the Diamondbacks, all right? That second game was a wild one. I mean, did anybody miss that one? Okay, I'll admit it, I did. But I got to see all the 20-minute highlights. I mean, there's tons of highlights. Game was 14-11. 14-11. Anyway, I'll say there were highlights. Roki Sasaki wasn't doing his best that night, but he only made it through 4 innings. But he let up 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks with no strikeouts. That's weird. But on the bright side, the pen came through again, and so did the offense. Kike went 3 for 5 with a home run. Ohtani went 3 for 6 with a home run. Let's hear those right now. Come on, guys.
Kike Hernandez leads off.
And the 0-1 pitch to Kike. He swings and drives one deep to left field. That ball's way back. That ball is gone.
Oh,
home run, Kike. Boy, did he put a charge into that baseball.
Yes, he did.
He gets a run right back, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, that was cool. And then, of course, that was in the second inning. And then in the 9th inning, for good measure, well, this is what happened towards the 9th inning when they had to tie it up and all that.
Base hit Max Muncy, and we're tied once again.
Max Muncy with a game-time base hit in the 9th inning. It's 11-11.
You bringing this guy to the plate right now, you make a mistake, could be 3 runs in 1 swing. The 1-2 coming from Thompson.
And Ohtani swings and he hammers it. Deep right field. Way back and gone. A 3-run home run for Shohei Ohtani. What a show. He is incredible. His 12th home run. And the Dodgers, with a 6th spot in the 9th, lead at 14-11.
Yeah, that's where they left it.
Can you believe this?
No, I can't. That's where they left it. That's how they won it. That was a crazy game, a lot of fun, a lot of action in that game, a lot of drama. But you can't beat that for so much fun. And then they lost 2 of them, but then they won the last one, and that was a pretty interesting one right there. That was an interesting game. I mean, 8-1, you can't beat something like that. Dodgers went seesawing through the game. In that game, they got 6 to tie it, and then in the 9th, 3-run job by Ohtani. Okay, loved how Karras on the TV broadcast said, you bring this guy up, and it could be 3 runs in 1 swing, and it was. In Game 4 of the series Sunday afternoon, they got another great outing from Tony Gonsolin. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, which was cool. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on 84 pitches. The Dodgers again hit a few home runs as well. Mr. Freeman and Mr. Betts went deep. Check these out.
Well, here is Freddie Freeman. He's had a whale of a day. 2 doubles and a sac fly. Freddie Freeman, it's a high fly ball, right field and deep. This ball's back and it is gone into the pool for Freddie Freeman. A Mother's Day moonshot for Rosemary.
It's a mother of a home run on Mother's Day. It is 5-0.
Yeah, that was cool. That was very cool. And then Mr. Betts did his thing in the 9th inning.
Here's Mookie Betts, who was singled twice and scored twice. Mookie Betts pushes a fly ball to right center field. Carroll racing back to the wall. That one will go. Oppo pop from Mookie Betts. And the Dodgers now lead it 6-1.
How cool is that? I mean, that was unbelievable. Freddie went 4 for 4 with 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and a home run. With the Blue running off with an 8-1 win to split the series with the Snakes. You can't do much better on the. I mean, it's hard to win on the road when you don't have the last at bat, and there's an idiot on second base in extras and all that. I don't like that. Anyway, but Dodgers did it. They did a good job. Came off with a winning road trip, so that's important. And now they come home. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But you know, overall, it's hard to. I mean, it's their longest road trip of the year, 10 games without a day off even. Who scheduled that stuff? Anyway, I don't like the balanced schedule thing. I don't like it. I don't want to rant about it. I just don't like it. All right, Clayton Kershaw has worked his way back from off-season surgeries on his left knee and his left toe. Ouch. He's made rehab starts in OKC, Springdale, Arkansas, Glendale, Arizona. Sunday, Kershaw struck out 2 and allowed a pair of runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in what was probably his final rehab start with AAA Oklahoma City, the Comets. He threw 57 pitches, 35 for strikes across 4 innings. And Kersh is eligible, listen up now, Kersh is eligible to be activated from the 60-day IL next weekend. Okay. And given both his current schedule and the Dodgers schedule, he should be back lined up to start next Sunday against the Angels at Dodger Stadium. Shh. But you didn't hear it here. We'll see. We hope so. More on him later. Pitcher's injury report. I don't want to give a big, long, nasty, ugly injury report. There's so much to report all the time. But just to show you how hard it is to win at all in this league, here's a list of our pitchers who are on the IL right now. Shohei Ohtani, although he's not pitching, but he's hitting, but he's not pitching. Okay, but he's still not allowed to pitch either right now. All right, who else we got? Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Kershaw for another week, Gavin Stone, Emmett Sheehan, although I hear he's getting close, River Ryan, Blake Trinan, Michael Kopech, Evan Phillips, Brewster Gratterall, remember him? Kyle Hurt, remember him? And Michael Grove, remember him? All those guys are on the IL right now, and we're in first place. Is that deja vu all over, or did we do this last year? Didn't this same thing happen last year? Everybody but one guy in the world was on the IL on our team. We must have had 70 guys on the IL last year, and one guy didn't go on the IL until the very end. That was Shohei, and he went in the offseason. It just shows you the depth of this team. When you can have a boatload of guys on the IL, I said it last year, boatload of guys on the IL and still win the whole thing, that's a pretty deep team. I don't think anybody's going to touch us. I think we're going to have the same depth, even if we have the same injuries. And it sounds like, all our pitching guys are just, shot down. Not everybody. The starters, most of them are still, we got 3 guys still there. But last year, all of our starting rotation was down except for one guy. That was just a crazy year. And if it happens again, at least we know we have the confidence to win it all. We may not do it, but we can do it. All right, fun stuff because it's all fun. It's a podcast. Shout-outs. We got a lot of shout-outs today. Can I do them? I'm not going to do them all in one breath, but I got a lot of shout-outs. All right, today we have shout-outs to a lot of newbies, a lot of oldies, a lot of everybody. Here we go. Aiden F., Miguel A., Luis A., Ed S., Luis O., Hernandez Y., Robert T., Lorraine P., Bernie B., Peter G., Becky C., John C., John G., Maria E., Roger E., and you and me, and Fox Jabri and Fox Cali, because he is El Zorro. Thank you all. Thank you all. Hi, guys and gals. Thank you all for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube and following us here in Facebook. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends to watch too. Tell them to like us in Facebook and subscribe button in YouTube. As always, we're talking Dodger Blue. We're always talking about Dodger Blue. We're always talking Dodger Blue. Go Blue. Welcome aboard to all the newbies. Glad to have you here with us. Tell all your friends. If you have fan mail, you can hit me up right here on Facebook in our page, or you can write to me exclusively in private at LetsTalkDodgers@gmail.com. LetsTalkDodgers@gmail.com. All right, this date in Dodger history, May the 12th. Wow, this is one that's close to me. May 12th, on this date in 2004, in one of the most remarkable at-bats in big league history, former Dodger Alex Cora fouls off 14 consecutive pitches, and then hits the 18th pitch thrown to him by Cubs' Matt Clement, not only for a single or double or a triple, he hit it over the right field fence for a 2-run home run, doubling LA's lead that day, 4-0 over the Cubbies. That was a crazy one. The Dodger Stadium crowd went nuts. They cheered their heads off. They cheered at each foul ball that was going on, and watching the increasing total displayed on the scoreboard, and I was there for that one, and that was a remarkable at-bat by Alex Cora. Not everybody remembers it, but those who were there, you don't forget stuff like, these days it gets to be a big deal when a guy gets to 10 pitches in an at-bat. In fact, I remember when they had him mic'd up one time, Clayton Kershaw, a couple of years ago, he was talking to guys in the dugout, he was talking to himself even, he goes, man, that's a sick at-bat. That guy just took a... Will Smith or somebody took a 10 or 11 pitch at-bat and he got a single at the end of it. Wow, man, that's a sick at-bat. When you see that, it's amazing these days. 18, though, that was nuts. That was one for the ages. All right, stats of the day. We got a boatload of stats for you. Ohtani's updated stats after his go-ahead 3-run home run in the 9th inning of Friday's game, that 14-11 game over the D-backs. 304 average, 12 home runs, now he has 13. 20 RBIs, now he has more than that. 8 doubles, more than that. 4 triples, 10 stolen bases, 43 runs scored, an OPS of 1.063. Way to go, Mr. Ohtani. You think that guy's going to be the player of the week next week? Could be. Now, all I know is this. Yeah, he could be an MVP. Could make a case for it, or Freddie, either way. Freddie went 4 for 4 yesterday. In doing so, he had his 30th career 4 for 4 day. How do you like that one? That's 30, 40. I mean, that's some doing. That's a Hall of Famer right there. And with the victory in yesterday's performance, Tony Gonsolin now has a 2.81 ERA. Way to go, Tony the Tiger, the Catman. Now, we talked about him earlier in the show. When Clayton Kershaw takes the mound for the first time this season, which might happen next week, it'll start his 18th big league season, and he will then tie Hall of Famers Zach Wheat and Bill Russell for the most years with the Dodgers at 18 in franchise history. Those 3 guys, they're the only ones. 18 years. How do you like that? And in LA, the only one is Russell and Kershaw, because Zach Wheat was in Brooklyn. All right, let's see. Kershaw's won 3 Cy Young Awards, 1 MVP. He's been selected to 10 All-Star teams. He owns a lifetime 2.5 ERA. He's racked up 212 career wins and is 32 strikeouts away from 3,000, which should make him a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. That should be a no-brainer for the voters, I'm hoping, and you are too. All right, enough with stats. Well, one more. We didn't do this last time. Well, good reason, no time. Jack in the Box, Jumbo Jack Watch. Anytime the Dodger pitching staff records 7 or more strikeouts in a game, we get free Jumbo Jacks the next day. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Well, so far this season, the pitching staff has come through with 7 or more 35 times in 41 games. That's 85% of the time so far. That's great. More free Jumbo Jacks with the purchase of a large drink. Thanks, Jack, and thanks, Dodger pitching staff, for getting all this free food. Whenever the staff gets 7 or more Ks in a game, all you do is walk into your neighborhood Jack in the Box restaurant in either LA or Ventura County and say, hey, the next day, hey, give me the Dodger deal, please. And when you buy a large drink, you get a free Jumbo Jack. So that's cool. Here's to you, Jack in the Box. Got some quick hit trivia for you. This is a good one. If you were watching and listening just a minute ago, if you were watching that, you know that you heard Freddie Freeman's splashdown into the pool, right? He hit the home run into the pool at Chase Field, right? Question for you today is, now there's been a lot of those guys, maybe about 30 of those in the history of the ballpark, but the question is, how many Dodgers have hit home runs into the D-backs pool since the place opened up in 1998? Remember, it was called Bank One Ballpark, the Bob. Now it's Chase Field. So how many Dodgers since 1998 have put home runs into the D-backs pool? All right, that's your question for the day. And if you know them, how many people know them? We'll name them for you and tell you how many. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll give you one thing. It's less than 10 and more than 1. How's that? All right. So like I said earlier in the show, Freddie splashed down into the pool. Question today: how many Dodgers have hit home runs into the D-backs pool since the place opened in 1998? We'll get back to you on that in a few minutes. Let's get you out of the ballpark. The Dodgers are back home now to play the, who knows what they're called, A's. Can you call them the Oakland A's? No. Should they be known as the Las Vegas A's for now because they're not there yet? No. How about the Sacramento A's? That's where they're playing? No. According to MLB and their wiki page, while in Sacramento, the team is being referred to as simply the Athletics or the A's. No city name attached. Boo, I don't like that. So we're just going to call them the A's, but I'll call them the Sacramento A's. What the hell? I mean, they're playing at River Cat Park. Anyway, we're playing the A's here. We're not playing them up there, so we're not going to Sacramento this year, but I might go next year when they play up there. Tuesday, and well, shout out to Lacey, who lives in the Sacramento area. I'm sure she'll go when her Texas team plays there. That's pretty cool for her. She doesn't have to go all the way to Oakland anymore. All right, Tuesday, May 13th. That's tomorrow. Landon Knack and his 2-0 record, 4.61 ERA. He goes up against, well, as of this moment, the A's have not announced their rotation for this series. However, ESPN has. So we'll just go with what ESPN's saying. Against Landon Knack on Tuesday, they're saying Jeffrey Springs with his 4-3 and 4.81 ERA is going up against Landon Knack and the Dodgers. 7-10 game on Sportsnet LA. All right, that's Tuesday. Oh, by the way, all three games in this series with the A's are 7-10 games, all right? 7-10 is the starting time with a little wrinkle in Wednesday. Wednesday, May 14th, Yoshi Yamamoto with his 4-3 record and his 1.80 ERA. Yeah, it got doubled because he let up a bunch of runs, but he was 0.90, now he's 1.8. So what? We still love him. He's going up against, nobody officially, but ESPN says Gunnar Hoagland is going. He's 1-0 with a 2.38 ERA, 7-10. Cheryl alert. This game's on Sportsnet LA and also MLB Network out of market, I'm told. So for people like Cheryl who live in Washington State or in Iowa or something, you might be able to see this game on Sportsnet LA locally, but you'll also be able to see it on MLB Network if you're out of town. All right, and the third game in the series, May 15th, Thursday, Roki Sasaki and his 1-1 record and his 4.27 ERA. He goes up against, nobody officially, but ESPN is saying it's going to be Osvaldo Bido, 2-3 with a 4.75 ERA. Sportsnet LA at 7-10. So we got 3 7-10 games, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You got that? Okay, good. All games are also on the Dodger flagship network, or the audio network as they call it. AM 570 LA Sports, KLAC, and in the Ventura County area, fans can hear games all over on the new KVYB, Groovy 106.3. They've switched from 60s and 70s oldies from classic rock. Of course, KTNQ La Super Q in LA, AM 1020, has the Spanish broadcast all the time. It's also been confirmed that even though they switched formats, KVYB in Ventura Oxnard has re-signed a new agreement to continue carrying the Dodgers in Ventura County. Yeah. All right. That's one from my friend Mark P. over in Port Hueneme. How's that? You can hear it on 106.3. All right, let's do the quick hit trivia answer. A moment ago we asked you, after we heard about Freddie Freeman hitting one into the pool at the D-back Stadium, the place opened in 1998 and it was known as Banquet Ballpark in the Bob and Chase Field. Well, how many Dodgers have placed one into the pool like that? How many Dodgers have there been? 5, 6, 8, 3? What is it? Well, the answer is, first of all, the first guy to do it was Brian Jordan. Remember him in 2002? Then our own pal, number 16, Andre Ethier, did it in 2008. And Freddie just did it yesterday. So the answer is 3. Only 3 Dodgers have placed him into the pool at Diamondbacks. And remember, we own the pool. You guys don't remember that. Remember the time the guys won the division there and they jumped into the pool? We'll talk about that another time. All right, so the answer was 3. Other cool stuff. Don't forget, I tend to leave some cool stuff and Dodger content in our Facebook page. Today's an off day, so I might leave you another full Dodger broadcast game. I've done that a couple times. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but I'll do it again. It'll be underneath this broadcast, underneath this podcast, in our Let's Talk Dodgers page. Click on it. It'll take you to YouTube. And you'll hear one of the old, either Brooklyn or LA Dodger game from long ago. Those are fun to listen to, by the way. I collect those. Talk with you again soon, probably after this series. So let's do our best and clean out those A's, okay? Let's blow them away, no matter where they call home. We'll send them back there. All right, that's going to do it. I'm Randy in New York. Come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. And thanks for coming by. Tell everybody, tell all your friends to be here for our podcast whenever they drop, all right? hit the subscribe button on YouTube. See you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let's Talk Dodgers. Next time. Go Blue!